Hello, Jeff Helvin here with Ballen Brands, and today I'm going to show you how to add a contact in Keap. Now, there's a couple different ways actually on how to do this, and so I'm going to show you the different steps and even a more custom way as well for those who like to really push the system to do more of what you need it to do. So first and foremost, the easiest way and quickest way to add a contact is when I'm logged into Keap, this is my dashboard here, I'm simply going to click on this plus sign over here, and you'll see contacts, call, message, task, email, note. So in this case, I'm just going to go ahead and add a contact. So if I click on that, you'll see I have basically my default information here, or my main fields, I should say. So Testerson, we'll say test@test.com. You know, company, if I want to include that information, phone number, obviously. All right, and is it mobile or not? And I can add a note while I'm doing it. So this is a test. Perfect. Now, if I have more fields already set up in Keap, I can click on the show more fields, and I can add a bunch of other information as well if I want to kind of fill out the full long form. But it has that quick little easy, I can add a field, I can add forms, I can do everything on the fly that I need to here if I'd like, but I'm just going to keep it to that basic set of default information. So I'm going to go ahead and click save. And then when I save that contact, it says take a peek at your new lead, and I can view the contact record, I can introduce myself, which basically telling me to reach out to them, invite them to meet, so forth, or I can add another contact. So if I'm just doing a couple at a time, I can easily do that. All right, so that's one easy, quickest way of adding a contact, pretty straightforward there. The other option to do that same thing is I can click on contacts, and you'll see over here when I do that, I have this add a contact. So I can just simply add a contact. It pulls up that same fields or that same little pop-up, and I can easily insert that information. Another cool thing you can do though is you can actually create what's called internal forms. So this is an option I like to use for a little more customized experience for us as we're entering data. So I can go under marketing and forms, and then I'm going to click on internal forms. So I created a little default one here called new contact form. So if I go ahead and create a form, internal, and we're going to call it whatever, so we're just going to use a basic thing, I can start building my form, and I can choose what information I want. So I can add different fields, I can create new fields on the fly. One of the values of this is that after I've actually done the fields, I can go to next, and then I can actually have automation after this. So let's say, for example, I went to a networking event, and I'm adding a new contact into the platform. And when I use that new networking, let's go ahead and do that here. Let's go back to build. We'll call this new networking partner. We'll call it contact, new networking contact. Okay, so this is someone I met at a networking event, for example. And so I'm going to just collect the basic information, first name, last name, email, company, I'll put in there, phone number, what type of phone it is, and I'll add a note. Okay, so now that I've done that, I can add more fields. Maybe I can do industry, things like that, whatever I need to collect. And you'll see a sample of what that's going to look like here. So I'm going to go ahead and click next. Now I can create automation after I've entered them in. So let's say I want to just automatically send an introductory email after I've put them in the system, right? Something that we do on a regular basis. So it's right here is send contact confirmation email. So I can hit that little plus, and now it does this little send an email. So I can click on send an email. This is what it's going to send. Email title, that's just kind of internal. It's from me. The subject, thanks from. So, in this case it says profile name, but I want to change that to, because we don't want it to be the company. So we'll change that to like our own name, for example. Thanks from, and where's my little merge fields? There we go, contact. And I'm going to use user first name. So that would be from me. Oops, grab that here. Okay, so thanks from Jeff, for example, or nice to meet you, so-and-so. I can use their name if I want to do that. And then in here it says, we'd like to thank you. You can reach out anytime. So I can customize this, of course, and then it uses my signature, everything else. So once I go ahead and hit next, then send confirmation to email immediately, or do I want to delay it? Maybe I want it to go out a day after I put them in the system. Whatever we want to do, we have all those options. So it's really a cool feature. So I'm going to go ahead and click next. All right, so now it's saving it, and we're going to go ahead and publish it. Okay, great. So this is still part of the setup. I'm in my Sandbox app, so you might need to fulfill some of that information in order to send those emails. But in this case, I'm going to delete the email for now because I want to get through here. I'll just publish it, continue. Okay. All right, this is all part of the first time setup because, like I said, I'm in my Sandbox app, so I don't have that already set up. But now that I have that set up, I'll go ahead and hit publish, and we're all good. So I'm going to get out of the create form, and you'll see here down internal forms, we have this new networking contact. Okay, so when I go to add a contact now, I'll hit the plus sign, contact. There's a little drop-down box right here. So I can actually choose to use new contact form. Let's see. Oh, maybe I didn't publish it. Add a contact, or I can use new contact form. Let's go back to marketing. Might take a minute for that, for this one to appear. Save and publish. Make sure that's good. Okay. Contacts. There we go. New networking contacts. So now if I select that, you'll see it's this information that I selected here. So I'll put in their information, but when I hit submit, it's then going to trigger that automated email. So that's different than if I just submit this one. So even if it's the same information we're collecting, if I use one of those internal forms, then I can have it programmed to do certain follow-up steps after the fact. So it's a really cool feature. If you're really looking to kind of take your CRM and your contacts and how you contact them or how you connect with them to the next level, then I do encourage you to use these internal forms, which is really cool. But that's another way to add contacts. So again, just to recap here, I can go back to the dashboard. I can add a contact by simply clicking this plus sign, hit contact, and then by default, it'll just enter this information. I can choose whether a lead, a client, or other, and basically just save them into the platform. Or I can go to contacts, add a contact, and do it that way as well. So if you have any questions on that, by all means, you can reach out to us at team@ballenbrands.com.